So it's something I just thought about more recently. Not necessarily like watching bodybuilding, but I'm somebody that I like the sport, and I like just seeing how far humans can go with like physicality, right? And just knowing Chris Bumstead, he's like the greatest of all time. 6 Mr. Olympia wins in a row for the classic division. And then I find out this man's 29, right? So I thought about this. He started working out, from what his bio said, he started working out at I think 14. And the bio said earlier on he decided that he wanted to actually pursue bodybuilding. So he knew what he wanted to get into as he started, and he just stuck with it. So the reason I'm saying this is because I thought to myself, I'm 28, right? I'm 28, and I've been working on stuff, trying to figure out what I want to do, where I want to end up, what goals I have. Like, I'm trying to do all of that at the same time. And it just made me think about how somebody essentially my age has become the greatest person of all time to do something that was their particular niche. And it just got me thinking, well, what's so different about me? So I was thinking about, what does that mean for me? And it just made me realize that the limiting factor for how far I can go is really based on my dedication to a single thing, or a group of things, whatever I choose. It's not really limited to how long I've been working on it, it's limited to how dedicated I am to that thing. He has 15 years under his belt, and I realize a lot of like professional bodybuilders are around the same age. They're around like late 20s, early 30s. Sorry, I keep looking up. It's getting a little upset. But yeah, what was I saying? So it made me realize that at my age, I could have been the greatest at something to ever do something if I dedicated my time to something instead of jumping around trying to figure out what I want to do. And I know earlier on for me, the hardest part about figuring out what I wanted to do was because I was influenced by so many people, and I let that influence get to me. I did not want to take a chance. I didn't want to take a chance on trying something that went against people's beliefs or their thoughts or their recommendations and fail, and then have to come back with my tail between my legs and like, hey, I should have listened to you from the beginning, because people hold that over your head depending on who it is. So yeah, it just got me thinking, now is really a greater time than any to get started in doing something. And I know I said in one of my previous videos that I was starting the YouTube channel and getting into the content creation space and really trying to build a community. But I fell off of that because I just didn't dedicate the time to it. I thought that, you know, when I get this camera, or when I get this microphone, or when I have enough time to do this many videos a week, this many posts a day, that I would be at a place where I can finally feel like I'm doing something important. And really the motivation behind exercising, and the drive behind exercising is really it's the same kind of concept. Like, the motivation and determination doesn't really come until after you start. It's not gonna come before you start, because you don't see the benefit of doing it while you're in the pre-ideation phase. This is me saying that I guess now I've realized that, not that I've wasted time, but just that I could have been somewhere else if I just didn't worry so much about failing. If I just didn't worry so much about what are people gonna think. And I know now I'm putting out more content, I see like my follower count diminishing day by day, because some of the people that I know, and some of the people I don't know probably, are like, this dude trying to do stuff online. And I'm keeping it candid and saying that I was concerned at first when I saw that count start to diminish, but I know that I need to focus on the long game for this. I really do. It's not about how I start, it's about just starting and then continuing, because, you know, 10, 15 years from now, I could be telling a story of how I became the greatest at something. If I just dedicate the time, right? Chris Bumstead, he's 29 years old, and he's the greatest of all time to ever do bodybuilding, really. And in 15 years, I could be holding a title of the same caliber, saying I've worked myself to the point of being the greatest at something. But I have to start and I have to be consistent. I have to dedicate my time to it. Keep the pacifier, sir. Just keep the pacifier in your mouth, okay? Just keep the pacifier in your mouth. There you go. Good job. Thanks for your input, though. Thank you. Yeah, so new season, I'll have a lot more free time on my hands. So just know that I want to dedicate time to the things that I feel like are important. And that's building a community where I can uplift men and women too by proxy, and share some challenges I'm walking through along the way, and just, you know, fitness, fashion, finance, whatever it is, just something like that. And doing it candidly. I just don't want to have to make it seem like it's a chore. I just want to do it. So, yeah, just gonna do it. I'll be the greatest at something in 15 years. We'll see.